Welcome back to the shop today, guys. Sorry for the noise again. I got the heater going. It gets pretty smoky in here when I'm welding and using the plasma cutter. And so I'm hoping to come up with a cheap, simple solution to solve that. So let's get into it. So there's a lot of guys online making their own cheap air filtration system, we'll call it. A lot of guys use this cheap method, the method I'm going to show you in wood shops and stuff like that. And I want to see how well it's going to do here in the shop with welding smoke, and in my case, my smoke from my plasma table. Now the water table, there's water in here, boys. It's frozen right now, but that cools off the material and the cut, and that actually eliminates a lot of the smoke. Problem is I'm losing water right now, and it freezes up all the time, so I don't always get to use said water table. So, saw this online. I started Googling. I was actually looking for a cheap store-bought unit to do this for me. A cheap one is $600-700. One that's going to do this size of shop and do what I need it to do. Now, do what I need it to do, but the cheap one I'm going to be making probably won't do everything I need to do either. But I could do it all for under 50 bucks. So what I'm starting with is I got a furnace filter, a 2020 by 1. This is what is it? It's let me see here. It's a Merv 11.
Mervyn? Your name is Mervyn?
Shut up, shut up!
Most guys suggest using Merv 14 or up. Merv 14 is a better filter. I just have these in my house right now available because I use those in my furnace. And a box fan. I got these at Canadian Tire. For you Americans, Canadian Tire is, I would say, a little bit of a step up from Harbor Freight kind of idea. Good, affordable tools. Yeah, it's a Canadian shop. And I got these for about $40 Canadian each. I have 2 of them because these are actually meant for a different project with those fans. But I figured I could put something real cheap, really simple together and see if it helps me out here. So my plan is to take that furnace filter, tape it to the front of that box fan, see what it can do for me to save my lungs. I go inside and I'm blowing my nose out, black shunt is coming out. So I'm gonna just do the cheap thing, tape that onto there, see if that helps. I have to cut a bunch of custom stuff for before Christmas here right now. And once that happens, if it works, then I'll dive in and, you know, make a little fancier unit. So I'm gonna get that tape to this thing. We're gonna make some cuts and we'll see what it does. So I got the fan unboxed. It's all wrapped in plastic. Took a look at the manual. It just said plug in and turn on. So we'll do that. I don't know why I bought the white one, boys. This thing's gonna be an absolute mess in here. But I think this one was even on sale, so that's pretty good. So I'm gonna get this thing kind of tucked away here. I'm gonna plug her in. And we'll see what we're working with. Look at that, they all got the cord all nicely tucked away. I mean, it's all plastic, guys. It's nothing, it's not too fancy. 3 speeds. We're gonna have that all the way, all the time. It's got these fancy little feet. Oh, look at that. They even swing out for better stability. Look at that. I mean, chances are, if I ever get something actually nice, I'm gonna hang it on the wall or the ceiling. So, let's see what that filter looks like, if it's even gonna clear. I think it's considered a 20-inch fan, so I'm assuming that 20-inch filter should do it. Oh yeah, plenty. A little bit on the sides, but not too bad. That's good. So I'm gonna see if I can find some sort of tape. Now, guys, this will look pretty bush league, very bush league. But I just want to try it. I want to see if it works. See if it works, we'll make something nicer. But I'm gonna get this taped onto this thing, plugged in, make sure it even works, if it didn't get damaged in transport or something like that. And then we'll keep at it here. So stick with me here, boys. Okay, so I got the filter just lightly taped on here. Like I said, very temporary, boys. And the fan's actually running. It's moving air. I ran it without the filter on. There was a lot more air, so this is restricting quite a bit. And there's not a ton of suction. There is suction. Like, it is holding that plastic on there and stuff. So, I mean, the plastic isn't necessarily a good representation either of the dust in the air. So, I already don't have very high hopes for this, but gonna send it, see what happens. So let's start cutting and see if the room can stay a little bit clearer than it did before. Alright, got the machine zeroed out. Got some stuff I'm gonna cut, so I'm just gonna hit play here and see what happens. I'll keep an eye on the filter, and I just got it set up here on top of my drill press, just to, you know, get the air where it's gonna be smokiest, kind of. Eventually I think I would hang it on the wall or the ceiling, but for now this will do just fine. Quiet. It's not that loud. I don't know if you can hear it in the camera, but it's not overly loud, so I kind of appreciate that. So let's hit a button here and see what happens. Yeah. Make some cuts. Well, guys, I had that running through my little cut here. I don't know if it's showing up on camera. It is still pretty hazy. It was doing really well at the beginning of the cut, but eventually it was just too much smoke. But look at this filter, boys. That's from one cut. That was just 3 little signs I just cut. I mean, it's still moving a ton of air. I'm gonna let this guy run for a while. I'm gonna step inside for supper anyway, or lunch actually. But it is better than past. It actually smells better. You don't feel it in your nose as much. But yeah, I don't know how well it's picking up on camera, but it seems to be doing something. So that's good. I might need a better quality filter. That might help. But so while I'm inside eating some food, I'm gonna let that thing run. Hopefully clear this place out a little bit more. And I think it would do better on a ceiling. And I'm definitely going to need 2 or 3 of those guys if I'm going to go this route. Bigger fan would be better. More CFM. But no, that's cool. And like I said, this filter was bone white, boys. It was about as white as a paper. That's just from, I think I was cutting for 8 minutes, 10 minutes. So I just don't think it can keep up. I'm producing more smoke than this fan can remove. So this might not be the answer. So I'm going to need to find a bigger fan. But, however, the idea and principle does work. And I think I would do it again with just a higher flow fan. So I'm going to keep my eyes out for a better fan. Till then, I'll probably use something like this. Like I said, I have that second fan too if I need to do 2 of them. And I might do that just for now while I'm waiting for my other project that needs these fans. Yeah, I think that I'm going to call this a win. Anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate it. It is December now, almost Christmas. So Merry Christmas, depending on when you're watching this. But yeah, I really appreciate all you guys. We're at 300 and some subscribers. I was really hoping to hit 400 this year. I don't think that's going to happen. But if it does, I appreciate it. Leave me a comment down below if you've built something like this. And let me know what did and didn't work. You might be able to save me a ton of time. So anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you on the next one. See ya.